Hey, everybody, I'm not actually going to make you sit there and wait for that 30-second countdown because we are late, just like almost always. Welcome.
I was having audio problems.
With James and Glenn, your favorite 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast live stream. I think I covered everything. I am Glenn from Fun King 3D, and with me, as always, of course, is my brother from another mother, James, who is tiny up in the corner there on his side of the window. Not many of you guys are in here with us today, but that's okay. It makes running down the chat so much easier. Mitch gets bragging rights today because he was first, but we also have Alan Osborne, Clint, Ollie is here, Glenn Hogue is here, Mad Mike 8, and Nadav is here as well. And I'm sure that there's a couple of people hiding in the background that never want to talk to us, but just so you know, we're here if you ever want to talk.
I haven't seen Angry Michael in here in a while.
Angry Mike. Angry Mike 7. So, you know who I haven't seen in a while that I was thinking about today, and maybe if I say his name out loud, it will pull him out of the woodwork, and that is Jake from State Farm, Matt. I've not seen Matt around lately, so if anybody knows what's going on with him and if he's okay, at least let us know. Maker Viking says, hi, Glenn and James and the rest of you guys. Oh, yeah, so we had a little technical difficulty as we were coming in. Well, first we were gabbing because that's what we do when we first get in here.
Yep.
We used to get into the green room a little bit early, and so we could chit chat. But then we ended up chit chatting about everything that we would have chit chatted about on the stream. So we kind of had to stop doing that. So we don't get in there until closer to launch time, and then all of the gremlins come about and cause problems with the stream. So, but I think we're good. I think everything's okay. James is playing on his old computer.
No, this is state of the art. This is brand new technology. It's got a plasma screen on it.
And I have here a box from Printed Solid. And if this video gets 250,000 likes, I will open this live.
I think you're off by a certain magnitude, but that's okay. You swing.
Okay, if this video gets 10 likes.
If anybody at all likes this video, just a little bit.
Yeah, if anyone gives this video a thumbs up.
I forgot to get my sponsored by Coke.
What's that?
I forgot to get my sponsored by Coke.
Oh, they bring it right to me. They carry it right up the stairs and set it on my bench for me, and they're like, here you go, Mr. Fun King.
So this computer's got something that you'll probably remember, but I don't know how many people in chat will. It's got what are these guys?
Well, you're really small. There you go. The iOmega zip drive.
So when I got this thing for the high sum of 99 cents, I didn't know the condition of it, and it's not obviously meant. First of all, the hard drive has failed on it. I can still hear it spinning up and it's trying to do stuff, so it could be a loose connection. But taking this thing apart, it was designed at a time where, like, we went from this time where things weren't designed to be repaired, then they were, and now we're back to they aren't again. But to take off the top case, you have to disassemble and remove the LCD from inside the panel here. So it's not just a matter of like, oh, this needs to be detached. No, you have to take off the surrounding, remove the panel with all the cables disconnected, then feed the cables back down into the chassis, and then you can pull it up.
Wow.
So, and the plasma screen itself is starting to fail. You can see these lines. It may be capacitors. I haven't gotten into taking a look at it yet, but these lines become more pronounced the longer it's on, which is also something that can happen with plasma.
And you say you paid 99 cents for it?
99 cents on eBay. I didn't think they were actually going to ship it to me, to be honest.
Well, I would say you've already gotten 99 cents worth of use out of it.
I got 1,000 views on the video on YouTube for it, so that's 99 cents worth of views.
Sweet.
Except for it was on my second channel that I don't have monetized. So,
no money's for you.
All that to say, what I ended up doing is I found this zip drive at a Value Village. I think you guys have something similar called Savers. It's a thrift shop, but like a chain of thrift shops. And so I found the software, got it loaded onto a 720 kilobyte diskette because this is dual density, not high density. And I've got it set up so that this loads as the C drive. So I'm trying to remember if this is a 286 or a 386. But if I now go over to the C drive, which is my 100 meg zip disk, and then wait 20 minutes for it to index it and pull up the directory, we can see something in here that the majority of people in chat have never seen before. You've probably, maybe not.
I would say the majority of the people have never seen a DOS prompt.
Look at this.
Oh yeah, 3.0. That's what runs on my compact portable.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dave Randolph has joined us. Dave, I have a challenge out there. I said if we get to 10 likes on this video, I'm going to open this box from Printed Solid.
This was literally working right before the stream.
We have 7 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down. Somebody does not want me to open this box from Printed Solid.
It's Dave.
It's
if
Dave.
you open it, people know what's in it, and then they stop buying it because they already got the answers.
No, I don't open it like day of arrival. I've had it for a few days now, so as far as spoilers go, people have already gotten there.
The keyboard on this thing is kind of ridiculous. Let's see if the light will pick it up. It's not a laptop keyboard. This is a full, like the travel on the keys. You know what I mean? They just took
like a full tactile keyboard.
Yeah. Like the keys are this. The keys on the keyboard are this tall.
Wow.
Because they weren't thinking about how to make this smaller. They're like, well, keyboard's a keyboard. It is what it is.
Right. It has to be a certain size. You can't make it tiny. I mean, that was still, you think about the technology to make that thing that portable.
Yeah.
Sergio has joined us as well.
The only thing I can think of is when I did the setup, I switched the screen resolution because there's 2 versions of this display. Maybe Windows doesn't like the bigger one. It certainly didn't get the time right. Let's try. So I've been trying. Let's try. It may not be Y2K compliant.
David said, I think this month's letter is some of my best writing ever. Well, maybe we get to find out, and maybe we don't. Oh, we're up to 16. I guess that means I got to open it, huh?
I think David likes retro computers. What do you think of this thing?
Oh, should I share my video real quick? I mean, I wanted to wait until we had more people, but I guess 18 watching is enough. I just want everybody to know that this occasionally does happen.
Surprised all your filament hasn't gone bad.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not just one printer. That's 2 printers. Oh, yeah. But you can't know what it is that I'm printing. You're not allowed yet. We don't want to give away we don't want to give away all the secrets.
So for those who weren't here, this thing has a gas plasma display on it. Let's see if we get into Windows this time. I think we're going to get in. I think it's going to be good.
That's a few years ago, right? No, it was yesterday. So it was really funny because I fired up the AM8 because that's my PLA printer. I haven't printed anything in PLA in quite some time. I almost always, yes, that is my yellow Fun King knife. Thanks, Tom. I had sent what I'm printing on the Prusa, which will be content coming up. I had just sent it, and I mean just sent it to the printer, and I got a message from Sean asking me if I could print him something, and And I'm like, well, what material? And he's like, PLA will be fine. And I'm like, great, I can do that. Ooh, that's pretty.
So this is what Windows looked like before. I don't know. I guess 95. Oh, that screen's starting to.
Ooh, that's pretty too. It's like it's a very Best Buy-ish month right here. And of course, this yellow now. Oh, it's a mixtape. But the question is, how close is it? It looks just a little more orange than my yellow. Dave always writes these long letters. Can I go ahead and read this? Any objections? I was talking to you, not the people.
Me?
Yeah.
I have no objections.
Okay. Spool number 1 is mixtape number 5 PLA. That would be the yeller one. Not every mixtape is about color. Sometimes David also likes to play with the material and try new things, crazy things that other filament makers would think were completely nuts. This month, David decided to try a secret additive that is just not normal. I hope that doesn't have like spaghetti in it or something. He woke up one night after getting his second vaccine shot in a cold sweat with shivers and a sore arm. Boy, I've been there. It must have been when the microchip activated in the middle of the night.
It's got actual sweat in it.
What's that?
It's got actual sweat in it.
Yeah, Dave just like he wiped his brow and shook it off into the extruder. Oh, now I lost my place. It must have been when the microchip activated in the middle of the night that David's consciousness became unified with the universe, and in one blinding flash of light, he had a vision for this new additive. It's Parmesan cheese. Oh, wait. It's a secret additive, but for now, let's call it love. Love potion number 9.
I don't think I want to extrude any of that.
So give it a shot using your regular PLA settings. It won't improve the strength of the prints, but it should do a nice job of keeping prints from snapping or breaking when you drop them more than with normal PLA. All right, so I almost hope we never find out what that is.
You already figured out it was Parmesan.
So anyway, family friendly channel. Spool number 2 is bold blue. Blah blah. Let's try that again. Spool number 2 is bold blue PLA. Bold blue. Yep, not navy blue or light blue, just a bold blue, a proud blue, a blue that, if given the chance, should be the blue you think of when you have the vision of blue in your head. Why blue this month? Well, David got this mean review online about how the subscription box was horrible and how they were canceling their subscription. Excellent. That opens up a slot for somebody else because we put too much green in the box. David was emotional for about a week. All right, we're gonna revisit that in just a second. But David was emotional for about a week after reading that scathing review. I guess it could be scratching as well, but scathing review. One night, we even found him crying behind the extrusion line and murmuring to himself, but they were really good greens over and over. So now David is a broken man and will forever question the color green. And that is why we put bold blue in the box this month for somebody who is canceling their subscription. So let's touch on this for a second. These are not in any particular order because I didn't keep them that way. But this is literally every roll of filament out of every Jesse box that there has been since the dawn of time. Oh, and it just so happens that it worked out like this. So this week's yellow and blue, there are 2 greens. 2 greens out of what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 rolls. I don't think that's too many greens. So I don't know who it is, Dave, that canceled, but you know what? I'm sure that somebody that was waiting for that spot is quite pleased to have that spot. And they'll be sad that they missed out on the 2 greens.
So,
oh, look, and there was candy in the box.
The other snag is this thing's so low on memory that certain games I have to use different boot options to like preserve as much memory as possible to get them to run.
You got to load Command Com high.
There's no high memory in this.
Oh, at all?
No. 640K base memory, that's it.
Wow.
So I want to play Commander Keen, which is on this dual-sided, dual-density disc. So we'll go ahead and F5 on the boot so that it doesn't load any of the extra drivers. And then we'll just do a Keen 4C.
Tom says I've not opened one of them. Am I missing one? Seriously? Or are you just messing with me? I mean, you know, like, I'm really bad at organizing, so much so that I have all these boxes from Printed Solid, just like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 empty boxes. Don't make me go back and check my bank account. Oh yeah, no, I haven't. Yeah, no. No, that was going to be my next comment, is that I'm going to have to start printing a bunch of useless crap so I can use up some of this filament now. Or maybe I'll just do giveaways.
I'd ask you to give them away to me, but, you know, Canada.
Yeah, stupid Canada. I don't mean that, like, as a whole, that Canada's stupid. I'm just saying, you know.
James is stupid. Got it.
It's that border. It's that big mountain at the border that we can't get some stuff over.
They just don't make games like this anymore because nobody would buy them.
That's right. I mean, it's 2 colors, black and orange.
Well, I mean, this game is in more than that. Just all this is capable of showing.
I know, yeah.
Look at how clear the screen is, though.
Well, it is to you. It's not necessarily to us. It's got scan bars going through it.
No, if anything, it's even more clear to you guys.
Yeah, okay, so, and I'm sure that a lot of us suffer from the same problem, but I have this issue where, like, I don't want to use a filament just to use the filament. Like, I want to use the filament for something that it should be used for. Does that make sense? So, like, I've had a roll of metal filament, metal impregnated filament for some time, but I don't want to just use it I want it to be proper. So I kind of have that same problem with my Jessie collection too. Those are some pretty, fantastic colors, and then I don't want to just waste them. Plus, in fairness, I don't print a lot of PLAs.
I also don't think on camera it comes across how ginormous this thing is. So,
banana for scale. See, now what would have been really funny is if you had had, the Runts candy, if you had had a Runts banana, and you could have laid it on there.
There's a can of Coke on it.
That's pretty good scale, yeah. What does it weigh?
20-some pounds, I think.
That's pretty crazy.
This is the thing, and there's no battery, and there never was. It's not even a laptop; it's a luggable.
Right. Yeah. It's a portable. Yeah.
So there is a metal carrying handle on it. It doubles as the kickstand to keep the base off the ground. So you gotta squeeze these together. And there's your handle, and then when you're not using it, just tucks away and locks into place there.
Well, that was definitely worth the 99 cents. Well, how much was the shipping though?
I think it was $19. It was not. It wasn't anything crazy.
Oh.
Because that was the other reason I bought it, is because they had the shipping predetermined for it, so it wasn't going to be like, actually the shipping's $900.
Right, surprise.
Yeah. None of that BS.
Mike said, feel the same way about your printers too? I print. Sometimes I print on 2 printers at the same time.
There's the it's so dark in here because I can't have that light on, but
right.
It uses a full size.
Everybody knows James had a better lighting option when we fired up today, but that's actually what was causing the technical difficulties. It was bugging his microphone out. So
we figured, added bonus, you don't have to look at me that closely this week, so it's like a win-win. I kind of want to do the disassembly now. I was going to do a video on it, but I only have one video on that channel so far. I have several more inbound, but doing a second video on the same computer is probably not going to be great for business. So, you know what? Let's pop the sucker apart and see what the 80s thought was compact.
See how many hamsters are left alive in there?
I might have to look up how to disassemble it though, because I don't see any screws, but I have read online that you have to remove the screen, and I don't know if it's it feels like it's too early for clips, but maybe it was clips.
James needs noiseless lights.
Bud lights. So let's do, what is this? A Toshiba T3100.
Yeah, it's really dark. It just looks like a black blob on the screen.
Okay, so what I can try and do. Let's try this.
Don't you have one of those lights that you wear in your head like a miner? I
am of legal age.
Not a minor, a minor. Oh yeah, that's much better.
It's a little
laggy, yeah.
I mean, that's okay.
Just take it apart very slowly.
I'm trying to get a higher view. I got lots of old RAM and stuff. They've got disassembly for the T3100E, which is a similar but not the same.
I think I scratched my glasses. I thought they were dirty, but I can't wipe it off. Oh, that's going to set me back.
$49.95.
No, I buy them at the dollar store. They're $1. And he said, "Good evening to you, sir. Hope you're all well over that way. We are doing good." So I do want to say a big thank you to everybody who reached out to me through the week to make sure that I was okay. It should be known that I do suffer from bouts of mild depression. It's not anything to ever really to be worried about. I have a very good network of people who check on me regularly, which is amazing. But on that note, if you suffer from depression, there are a ton of places to get help and plenty of resources. So don't ever suffer depression by yourself. That's the end of my PSA for the day.
I'm trying to find it.
So, okay, so now Mitch says, "Hey, all." So what did you do? Come in, say first like hours ago, and then leave?
That sounds like something Mitch would do.
You missed all the good stuff. Yeah, just so everybody knows, we're trying to get Mitch's mom under contract to be here every week, but the lawyers are still battling it out. So
they're battling it out Hunger Games style. There it is. So I finished shooting a video this week, and it'll be out hopefully early this week. I finished filming a video last week, and it'll be out hopefully early this week. The only snag is, so I filmed from multiple angles this time, and I have a battery-operated filming light, and it doesn't just cut off when the battery goes out; it slowly fades. And I didn't realize. So by the time I was done filming, one side of my face is basically completely in darkness, and at this point, I've refilmed the video multiple times trying to make it as good as possible. So I think we're gonna call it good.
You know, what I have learned through this whole YouTube experience is that as long as your audio is good, it doesn't matter what your video looks like.
Yeah, nobody wants to listen to annoying audio, which is why I don't get many views because of my voice. It's funny because it's true.
It's only funny because it's true.
It's only funny till somebody loses an eye.
Brian Vines in the house. It's Brian with a Y and Vines with an I.
He's a punny guy. He gives me a run for my money. I like Brian. I just never tell him that.
No, yeah. You don't want him to know that publicly.
It'll go to his head.
24/7 Hinky has joined us. Mitch said YouTube downgrading this video to 144p might as well be an audio podcast. Are you talking about this one? Wow, it is really kind of it's kind of looking junky. It's pulling me at 480p. I wonder if that's StreamYard. I just forced it to 720 and it looks fine. I wonder if that's a StreamYard hang up. Look at this guy. Shows up late and then wants to know. Is that a Toshiba, James?
It is a Toshiba. It's the T3120.
Tom Lama says, I'm 720. Yeah, it'll always be 720 with StreamYard, unfortunately. They do have an option where you can get 1080, but you have to pay more. And I like you people, but I don't like you that much. Plus, nobody really wants to see this in 1080p. Mitch said, my mom said she'd do the show for free. We should have her on every week for a 5-minute segment where she just tells an embarrassing story about Mitch growing up.
I concur.
That'd be pretty fun.
It would be fun. Fun for the whole family.
We'll call it the ditch on Mitch.
Oh, so here's a funny thing. See this panel here? This, as far as I can tell, is where the hard drive's stored in behind. Look at this. I thought that was really funny. Can you tell what it is?
Yeah, it's a 3.5-inch floppy.
Yeah. So they just crammed the hard drive in where the floppy drive would normally be, as far as I can tell.
Well, maybe that's why the hard drive isn't working.
I mean, could be.
Well, 3.5-inch floppy ribbon cables are a lot like, the old IDE ribbon cables. Maybe they just banged it on there. They don't need all them pins. Oh, Mitch said she'll also show her card making skills.
Now, what kind of cards are we talking here?
I don't know, but I'm thinking if somebody comes on here with any skill, we're going to be in trouble.
So I can find all sorts of disassembly guides for the slightly newer version of this one, and it's got a separate section, so the keyboard just like physically slides off. I can't find anything specifically about this one. Somebody's tried to get into it already, though, because the plastic's chunked here. You can see where somebody tried to pry it.
Yeah.
Or maybe
a lot of the older ones, there was like 2 little tiny tabs at the top of the keyboard.
Yeah, and you could just push the thing and it would pop out.
Yeah, and pop the keyboard out, but David said that's why I never come on. Yeah, he doesn't want to show us up. That would be cardstock greeting cards.
Sorry, I just realized you guys can't see much. There we go. That's a better view, right? I've got a wee spooger. I'm going to see if I can, I don't know, find plastic tabs or something in here.
I don't know why that's so dark. He got his headset back. I wasn't just showing you live or anything.
Is it fixed or they replaced it?
They replaced it. Yeah, they had us ship the old one back to California. They sent us a shipping label overnight to California.
So it's a fire hazard?
What?
That means it's a fire hazard.
What's a fire hazard?
Because it came from California.
No, it came back to us from Kentucky. So Xander in VR.
Well,
yeah, he's the rec room is the reason that he ended up getting into VR. John Butler's in the house. Are you watching disassembly videos?
I'm actually looking through the old user manual to see if there's any like it basically shows like the top section separated from the bottom section, but it doesn't show how to do it.
You have to hold it sideways and then slam it on a hard surface.
Okay.
Has Xander's voice changed? Gee, it's been a while. Yeah, he's also like 40 feet tall too.
If anybody wants to do some Googling, this is the T3100, the not S, the not E, because they released another version that's basically got the same model number and it's completely different for disassembly. Because I am
That's convenient.
not having a ton of luck myself.
Brian Vine says it's an exploded parts diagram, so you have to use explosives.
Oh, that makes sense. Like, there's no extra screws or anything. There's 3 here. There's 2 at the back.
Yeah, you gotta wonder, why would they make it so difficult to take apart?
Oh,
I mean, I say that, but I work on cars that are impossible to work on. So
I'm close.
Andy said, try a nice big hammer. Always works for me. Mitch wants to know, can it play Doom?
No.
I don't think so.
Well, so here's the thing. I'm hoping I can get this open, that it's got open memory slots. Because I've got old 32-pin Sims that will fit it, I think, if it's
30 pin.
32, isn't it?
No, 30.
I got a bag of them right here.
Count the pins.
I just cut myself. Why did I have a knife in that drawer? I don't know.
Clint said, send it to me and I'll explode it for you.
So that'll be worth the cost of shipping, right?
Only if he videos it.
Now I got to count the pin. Oh, no, you're right. It's got a 30 on it.
Of course I'm right. I'm always right.
What about
Except
that
when
one?
I'm wrong.
Back when they didn't label stuff, so I have no idea how much memory is actually on these guys.
Mike said in Canada they need more pins. It's the conversion rate.
Come on. Out of there. Okay, so I got these guys. Some old 30-pin stuff. Was it SRAM?
ASRAM? What?
Yeah, that's what I said. You 100% heard SRAM.
Yeah, I've got some 30 pin around here. Not very much of it anymore. I used to use them as keychains and stuff, but
Let's try to see if I can see what it's catching on. Both sides are catching in the same place, so it feels like there's got to be something.
static RAM, you have to shuffle across the carpet in cold weather before touching it. Yeah, that's how you energize it before you install it. Okay, family time. I got to run. It was great hanging out a bit. Till next time. Well, thanks, Mike. Thanks for being here. It was nice seeing you again.
Glad you swung by.
We're here just about every week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
I can't actually find the stream. Oh, there it is.
So I'm thinking about working on a new project. And I'm gonna say this out loud so that somebody else goes, oh, I could do that, and then they could knock it up before me. So the peaks of my house outside are about 32 feet off the ground, which is a long way. That would be what, like 12 meters,
How did you say 30? 32?
about 32 feet.
Yeah, there's like what, 3 and
Yeah, roughly 3 foot to a meter.
yeah.
So, but the wasps like to build nests at the very, very peak of the roof. Now you can get those spray cans that spray like, well, the nests are 32 feet off the ground, and those cans spray about 31 feet. Honestly, no, I think the spray on them's like, I think they claim 28 feet, and it's really more like 22 feet. So sometime back, I rigged up something out of wood and some hose clamps and stuff to mount a can of wasp spray on the end of a 10-foot long pole.
Right?
Because the only way I'm going to touch a wasp is with a 10-foot pole.
Hey,
But now I have new technology. And I want to... Mitch said a drone with a raid can strapped to it. Well, what I want to do is I want to make a 3D printed apparatus. I mean, the way that it works now is like you hold the pole up and you pull a string and it sprays, but it's just kind of hodgepodge together. So I'm trying to come up with a design that will actually like where you could snap the can in and then stick it up there and pull the string, or maybe even make it motorized where you just like you have a battery pack. Ooh, I can make it run off my DeWalt battery packs. And then you just pull the trigger and it sprays. I'll see if I can borrow Spitfire to flamethrower them. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about, spraying flame against my house, but thanks for the offer.
awful thoughtful of you.
But yeah, this is the time of year where they get real bad. So
We have wasps every year at our house. We spray them, but then we started leaving the nest up so that hopefully nothing else builds there. But I literally have 3 nests that are like just clustered together right now.
yeah. Well, and that's the other benefit to the pole too. Like you can knock it down after you're done. But Sean Butler said to buy a super soaker and fill it with wasp spray. But the problem with that is you end up with the same thing. When you try to spray that can up, like it just comes right back down in your face. So David said, I put a link in for James with the manual on how to remove the top, but it may not have allowed me to post it. Well, give me a second here and we'll fix that. Bam, now post it. Quit putting your spammy links up there.
I'm still continuing to pry this, even though there is literally an answer inbound. I'm like, just start reefing on the super fragile plastic.
Yeah, but maybe the link doesn't work.
I think this is the manual I've already got open. Let's find out.
Well, you have that manual open, but did you know that 5.3 is where it tells you to do it?
I didn't, so I'm assuming. Oh, yeah, this is just scanned too. No table of contents for James. Let's just start power scrolling through.
Well,
stuff.
what do you think? It was going to be like an original PDF from when they made that thing?
Absolutely, PDF 1.0. Okay, so interesting story, and like anybody that has worked with computers, going back a little while, run into this type of stuff. I have this old Toshiba laptop NEC laptop that I picked up at a thrift shop, and I installed Windows 95 on it, and I went to download the drivers for it, and NEC doesn't support it anymore, obviously. So then I start trying to find third-party parts. I find one link to download the stuff, and the FTP site that it connects to is gone. So then I'm Googling to figure out what the chipset was, because it's just listing as NeoMagic, and there's dozens of different NeoMagic devices. Then I find out that there was another laptop that had the same chipset as this one, made by HP. So I go and download the driver set for the HP laptop, try to install it on the laptop, and it goes, oh, this only runs on the HP OmniBook, whatever. So then I use 7-zip to extract all the files from the installer, and it turns out it's from an old version of Install Shield that used a proprietary zip format for its files. So WinZip and 7-zip can't handle them. So then I had to go find an extra, like an old utility specifically designed to handle these specific types of cabinet files and extract it to put it in and install the menu, and now it works. But that was the whole
Andre's asking if I have a Prusa Mini. I do not. I have the it started as an MK2. I want to say it started as an MK2, went to MK2S, then to 2.5, and then to 2.5S. But I do not, unfortunately, have a Mini.
Remove the PDP mask from the PDP shield board.
Brian Vine said, and then I got it installed and the hard drive crashed.
I have to take this off to get into this. I think somebody's already done it though, because it's a little loose on one side.
Hey, look, it's that 3D Maker kid. What was his name? Billy? Bobby?
Bobby.
Oh, it was Bobby? Xander said it was Bobby. Hey, Bennett, how are you, buddy? Do you think the Mini is worth getting? I have heard fantastic things about the Mini. So, I mean, the biggest upside, well, I mean, I guess the biggest upside over the Mark III series is that it's cheaper. But also, if you're in a situation where you need to take it with you, it's very easy to be a portable printer, which is pretty awesome. Now, if money isn't the issue and size isn't the issue, I would recommend just getting the 3 series, the Mark III series. But I have heard fantastic things about the Prusa Minis. I just decided that I have enough printers and I don't need to buy any more.
Okay. I've officially done more than I wanted to.
All right, so we are now going to take bets on whether or not James can actually have this thing apart in the next hour.
Oh.
You are very welcome.
It's going to look like I'm losing the bet until I literally just, in the last 30 seconds, take it above my head and smash it on the ground.
Yeah, that makes you a winner for sure.
I are a winner. Okay.
Tom Lama said, I kind of like the little leg kit they just released. Makes it kind of cool. I don't know if I've seen that. David said 8 screws will take the whole top off. Bennett said, doing pretty good, working on CAD and bill of materials for my combat robot. God, doing bill of materials and the documentation for any project's the worst part of the project.
It just says, and then remove this.
What's that?
It says, and then remove this panel, but it doesn't say.
Using crowbar. Tom Lama said he was offered a CR30 belt printer and said no.
So this must have plastic tabs in. If those 2 screws are the only thing holding this together.
Dave said 8 screws. Check page 142.
Page 142.
He said they show the 8 screws to remove on page 142.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I've already pulled those 8 out. And I'm at the point now where if I pull on the top or the front, like it separates here, but it's hung up here. I don't want to break the plastic, but I guess maybe it just has to be pulled. Sorry. I'm realizing now that the camera angle's not great, but you can see the body separates at the back.
Yeah.
And it also separates at the front, but it's hung up right by the floppy drive. I don't have anything decent to use as a... Oh, maybe I have a flathead screwdriver? Maybe it'll just fall over while I'm standing, and that'll be the end of it. It might just require a little finesse. which would explain the scratches to the case. I assumed nobody got into it, but maybe they did.
Bennett said, "I hate sourcing parts so much," and I feel you, brother. Mainly if you're doing a project where your intentions are to be able to share it to the world and let other people build it just as you did, it's very difficult. And of course, sourcing parts right now is hard anyway. But it's like you can't just grab something that you've had in the drawer for 20 years and make that work if you're going to try to make it where everybody else can build one too. So
it says to pull the floppy drives from both sides. Okay. Let's start with.
Do those floppies come out like a caddy?
No, I think that's how you're supposed to pry the case, maybe.
They have a specific driver's disc that you have to put into the floppy to get the case to pop out.
Oh, that makes sense.
You have to type load, 8, 1.
Okay, so if it's just meant to be... I was trying to reef on it too much and end up yanking the screen cords out as I go.
Right. Lars said the plastic should be so old that it separates by itself.
I know I'm probably just being kid gloves about this. You know what I mean? I don't want to...
No, that's all right. I mean, why damage it if you don't have to? Unload cover, 8, 1.
Not this side anyways.
Press play on tape.
It's it all makes sense now. There we go. Okay. So I should be able to just... Okay. Well, I know why the system battery is not working.
It's not there.
Actually, maybe it is. Maybe I'm just looking at this wrong. So we need to unlatch this keyboard. Oh, it smells like old electronics.
Freddie said, cut the red wire. Not the blue.
Okay, well, keyboard is removed.
David said, but he's colorblind. You have to cut the wire that smells like old electronics.
They obviously I can't show you everything that's going on here, but they replaced the original system battery, which looks like it was originally a AA, maybe? Hard to say for sure. They soldered in a CMOS battery and then put masking tape around it.
Nice.
Nope, sorry. They didn't solder in. There's no, I don't know if you can see that in there. No. There's an elastic band wrapped around the cords to hold it taut to the the system.
Your microphone's starting to pop again.
Well, I did not turn my light back on, so now I'm just confused.
Well, maybe the audience can chime in and tell us if they can hear it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's my speakers going bad.
I'm not super keen on leaving this like it currently is, but I don't really have a ton of options because stuff and junk.
Well, you should probably fix that CMOS battery situation while you're in there.
I don't have one for it though. I don't have a. I'm trying to think of what I could take it out of, because I mean it's just they just replaced it with a standard CR2032, which for those who don't know is basically what's used for modern day computers for their BIOS settings. I have 10 of them ordered through Amazon, but that's like anytime between now and the end of the world. But here, actually, this is a perfect opportunity to show you. This here is the keyboard, the thickness of the keyboard that's in this portable. You can see it's basically a full-size keyboard.
Yeah, they just didn't put it in the plastic casing.
Yep.
Watch out for the tubes.
You ever notice how much a 3D printer, and like rightfully so because stepper motors, 3D printers in the background sound like floppy drives running.
Yeah, oh yeah. Steppers, yep.
See what's underneath here. Oh. Maybe there's more holding that in than I can see. I think I might detach the cables for the screen just so I don't have to risk destroying it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to save myself 30 seconds worth of disassembly.
Sorry, I was doing some tech support for my sister. It's like in the government. One's working and 25 are watching.
It's pretty much the way it rolls, yeah.
Oh, I feel you, Tom. So Tom said Amazon ordered something today, had to order in the next 4 hours and get it tomorrow. Click purchase, listed as next Saturday for delivery. So the fuel pump went out on my Corvette, and I scoured around, found the one that I wanted, and 2-day delivery. It was going to be here last Monday. It's not getting here until tomorrow if I'm lucky. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I understand that. These are unprecedented times. After a year plus, I think they should have figured out how to get around everything by now. They should have been able to adjust themselves. And more so, don't tell me it's going to be here if you can't get it here. So, and then you can't complain to Amazon until it's actually late. So when it arrives here, hopefully tomorrow, then I can complain to them about it. I have a love-hate relationship with Amazon.
Is it because you love to hate them?
I love to buy stuff from them, but I hate what they do to me.
You know what's messed up? I think there's a PS2 connector here that they left a plastic covering so you can't use it. Like, I think physically, if I can back this up enough, right here, there is a PS2 port and there's a cutout on it on the outside, but they've left a plastic panel over it so you have no access to it.
Huh.
Which would be awful helpful because I've been trying to track down a serial mouse that'll work on this thing.
Maybe that's like maybe it's a feature that you had to pay extra for.
Oh, probably.
Dealer installed option. Dave Rundolph asked, anyone else ever done the MIDI to stepper motor to make music? I did it with the 3D printer when I first got it. I had it playing the Mario theme. And then there's a guy on the YouTubes.
The what's that? Something Tron?
No. I think it's got science in the name. I'll see if I can find it real quick. But he did the Wellerman using 4 stepper motors, and it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Oh, that YouTube! I start typing stepper, and it pops up first thing stepper motor music. Why would that be something that that I would go searching for. Because they're always listening. Spacey Man. SPACEYMAN, all one word, Spacey Man. I will even be so cool as to put a link in the description to somebody else's YouTube channel. So David said, normally to get a 20-foot container from China to the USA, it would cost around $4,000 a year ago. Last week, I put a 20-foot container on a ship, and it cost $11,000 shipping. It cost $11,000. Shipping is all screwed up. Well, and what's even crazier is because we're not producing as much stuff here in the United States, so all these shipping containers are coming in and coming in and coming in, and they're not going back out. And so even when they send them, they're sending them empty. Give me a second. My sister is calling.
Okay, I'm going to look on YouTube to see if I can find a video disassembling this screen. Because I don't want to break anything.
I picked up the phone. I said, I'm live on YouTube, and so are you. That's a little harsh, Tom. Maybe David also ordered the furniture package. Yeah, I would think 20-foot container ship for 11 grand. You should get to keep the container. And see, I got excited. All these surplus containers sitting on the ground in the U.S. I thought, wow, maybe it's finally time that I can buy myself a 40-foot container to turn it into a shed. But no, they're still expensive. They always advertise them for like $2,200. And then when you actually get down to the nuts and bolts of the one that you want with delivery, it's like $6,000. That's why I splurged on the 20-foot and didn't put her in the 10-foot option. From what I understand, Andy, that is actually coming from the motors, and that's why he sets it on his guitar like that, and so that the acoustics come out of the guitar. It's actually vibrating the sound chamber of an acoustical guitar. And you're not supposed to watch the videos during the stream. You're supposed to wait till after. You might miss something that I say that's brilliant. It could happen one of these days.
Well, I'm having zero luck.
It looks like it. I mean, it would have made so much more sense for them to put the connectors down in the body of the unit.
Well, and the thing is, I can't see well enough, and like since I can't see well enough, I also don't know what it'll be like to reconnect them. If no, yeah, they run into the power supply and stuff too. And I literally just want to get this guy out of here.
James, on page 145, they show how to remove the screen.
That's what I was looking at, I think. Let me go back. I also found a video where somebody does it, except for he like cuts to the screen already detached. He's like, and then I just did this.
I hate when they do that. Like all the different automotive repair stuff that I watch, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to get this off and I'll be right back. And it's like, why didn't you show you taking it off? Because it took 4 days. Guys, all of a sudden, like he's in a different shirt and he's got a beard now, but he didn't when he started. 2 screws and 6 clips.
Yeah, I can't get any of the clips to release.
Well, then you're not prying hard enough. That print's looking good. So, full disclosure, I printed this print already. And I took it out and put it in place where it goes. And in the process of installing it, I broke it. It gets screwed into a piece of metal. And I ran the screw in too tight and ended up breaking the whole thing. So I have to print another one. Might need to push the clips in with a screwdriver. Yeah, that guy's got another video too, and I'm trying to remember what song it was that he was playing, but like he couldn't do all the notes with the 4 steppers, so he ended up doing like part of them and then a second video of the other part of them, and then he overlaid them over the top, and like you can see the same stepper motor moving in 2 different directions. I don't know how to explain it. He superimposed them over it. That's what I was looking for. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. His stuff just showed up randomly in my feed one day, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Oh, I'm almost nervous to click on that. Oh, yes, that is awesome. Everybody needs to click on that immediately.
I'm just damaging the case a bit here now. No luck. Doesn't feel like it should be this difficult.
Touche. And he said it always amazes me how people come up with these things. The process always goes way over my head, but the final results always amaze me. Yes, there are some crazy talented people out there. Freddie says it's time to hit the bed. See you next time. Thank you for being here, Freddie. It is always appreciated and nice to have you along for the ride. Once again, suggestion for the old trusted hammer there, Jay.
I think I'll pass for now. Like,
No, Tom, not only did I not use a new song, that's the exact same link.
where are the clips? One more time. One more time with feeling. That's not it.
All right, so I don't want to be a copycat. I fixed my printed solid link. Everybody go click my printed solid link. Nope, you didn't click on it. You missed out because I deleted it.
I didn't click on it. I missed out. I just don't know. I can't tell from the drawing like which side I should be prying out, which side should be locked in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and the frustrating part for me is it's like I want to help, but I can't. Does the outer edge of that thing come away at all?
Like a little bit towards the bottom where I guess there's no clip.
Does the manual show, like, is there an image of where the clips are?
It highlights where they are. Like from what I can tell, to me it looks like the clips are on the bottom and the top needs to be pried out, but I can't really get the pressure where I need it to be if that's the case. Where's my... What do I got here that I can use?
So when I went to fire up the AM8 yesterday, it was the first time in I don't know when. I suppose I could look at the dates on the files in Octoprint, but the amazing thing was I didn't even have to level that printer.
It just started going?
I heated it up and I printed. Oh, it's not showing the dates. Why wouldn't it show the dates? Oh, that stinks. And I don't even know what that file was. I wonder if through the update if it knocked it out, but yeah, whatever it was that I printed, it was something for it. I wonder if it was the electronics box, because I had broken that. So I'd have to go back and look to see, because I did that on stream. But I'm thinking I don't know. It's been a long time, so I was pretty impressed that thing just
Went off to the races.
Sergio said fire up and AMH should not be used in the same sentence. No, fire up and A8 shouldn't be used in the same sentence. Mine has been fully upgraded with all new wiring, a better power supply.
MOSFET.
I don't remember. Oh yeah, MOSFETs. I don't remember what else. It still runs a ANET board, ANET heat bed. But I've made a ton of upgrades to that thing. But it does a fantastic job for a junky printer. David said every pick in the manual I'm reading says remove those screws on the bottom, pull from the bottom, and push in the clips as you work your way up.
I will try one more time, specifically because David from Printed Solid said it was a good idea.
You just got to get your fingers up underneath the bottom and just rip it off of there. Just pull it off like a Band-Aid.
Because like there's no flex to this plastic. It's so rigid.
And why were we taking this apart? I can't remember.
I don't even remember now. It's just a matter of pride.
Tom said, the ANET bed carriage is still stocked on Taser-faced Pumpkin King, but I have a CNC now, chunk of aluminum, and I can cut my own carriage. Yeah, that'll only cost you like $1 million.
Only worse if you try to make it out of wood.
It's ridiculous. Well, metal prices are going up ridiculously as well. Oh, yeah, I forgot we weren't here last week. So part of the reason I wasn't here last week, I finally officially blew the motor in my truck. I left here a week ago Friday to go to Lowe's, the home improvement warehouse, and I made it not even an eighth of a mile down the road, and there was a loud bang, and then a noise that went kind of like clack, 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 and white smoke just poured out of the engine. So the best I can tell, most likely the EGR cooler is blue, and it has sucked water into the engine, and then probably blew a hole in the top of the piston from hydrolock in the cylinder. So I was able to limp it back home. I drove it that way. I shouldn't have, but I drove it that way anyway. And it is now killing the grass in my yard. So I am on a quest to find a preferably 05, but 03 to 05, maybe an 06 Dodge pickup with a Cummins diesel in it. And then I can do an engine swap. But that's going to set me back about 12 grand, which is still cheaper than putting a new Ford motor in it. Stupid Ford.
I was doing this to see if I could upgrade the RAM, and I just realized I can probably look in the manual to find out if there's open memory slots on it or not.
Hey, look, it's Tony Ryan. Yeah, Lars, it'll absolutely be a video. It's going to be a video series because it's not going to be quick work. It's really just getting the financing together and then getting the parts together. The Dodge trucks are entirely too expensive to just go out and buy one that's running and beautiful and whatever, and then I'm just going to hack it all up anyway. So I'm looking at insurance crash auctions, and they're running anywhere from $4,500 to $6,000, which is about twice what they should be. You got another Fun King lawn ornament. Yeah, I got a few of those.
So ultimately, I wanted to find out if the hard drive was properly reconnected on the inside and is salvageable. And fuck, I just swore. I apologize. How not very Canadian of me. Len, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was reading. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So you didn't hear me? That's good.
No, I didn't. I didn't really hear what you said.
Oh, okay. I had a moment again.
Oh.
Okay, well, let's see. I would at least like to switch the system battery while I'm in here if I can find something.
Yeah, a little better than some rubber band and masking tape. Can you see the memory slots at all?
No, and so I just looked at the manual, and it specifies it has a memory upgrade board, which probably means that it's a proprietary doohickey that gets installed. This is probably a generation too early for standardized parts. Oh, I will 100% get this thing back together. Hundo P.
Yeah, nothing Gorilla Tape can't fix. You got to try to get the cover off over that PS2 port.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do right now. Trying to hopefully get this board out of the way so I don't actually accidentally damage it. The problem is this is one of those ones where it's got a secondary board and that's attached with ribbon cables.
I've been sitting here playing with this Airhead that came in the printed solid box, and I decided it was time to eat it.
Got it all warmed up first so it's softer and spoogier.
Well, it's like the one candy that I get to eat because the kids don't typically like them. It's like, yeah. Tony Ryan said, I've been printing with carbon fiber nylon. Pretty cool / tough stuff. Also very hard on your nozzle. It'll wear your noozle out.
I'm trying to use my flesh cutters to cut the little tabs that are holding the blocker in place, but
Christopher Maschek asked, is it SLC memory? We were hoping it was 30-pin Sims, but it sounds like it's just an expansion card. And you'd think that if they have a spot for an expansion card, that they would also have an opening or a door.
so that I don't think is a PS2 port. I wonder what it is.
It's not a PS2 port?
I don't think so.
Huh.
I wonder if it's a external floppy drive connector or something. Part M in here. Let's see. What is M? Printer.
Tony Ryan says, I got a Nozzle X. So far, so good. Oh, yeah. You should be good with the Nozzle X. Mitch said he needs a GoFundMe to buy steel tubing for this CNC. And then he said something else, but he retracted it. Ooh, that's scary.
It doesn't show it populated on here.
It doesn't show it populated?
No.
And yes, will it be a tweaked motor or a standard motor you put back in? So there is a company called Diesel Conversion that makes a kit to bolt the Cummins inline 6 diesel right to my transmission. And then they also do all the wiring harness work for you and stuff. And then you can modify the computer a bit. So my plan is to just get a motor that runs and get it in the truck and get everything running. And then I will get a second motor and make it better and then put that one in the truck. So kind of both. In the beginning, it'll just be it'll be a stock motor out of a Dodge pickup truck with what needs to be done to hook it over to a Ford. The way that the Cummins diesels are made, they're not made for any specific vehicle. They make the motor, and the backing plate on the motor is changeable so that it'll bolt to a plethora of things. So
I'm going to be off the screen for a second. I just thought I might have a package of batteries over here. I can still hear you, though, so don't try to talk smack about me.
Yeah. I'd never want to talk smack behind your back. I like to do it right to your face.
That's what I appreciate about you.
Have either of you had the stator come loose from the shaft on a stepper motor?
Nope.
No, that's really weird. I mean, I reckon it could happen. I've had stators come off of like starter motors on cars. So, I mean, it can happen, but that sounds like a really cheap stepper motor. Tom Mama said, I should drive the vet up there and they'll take it to Callaway and let them play with it. Well, ideally, I would like it to go to a new home. Somebody who wants to give me a large sum of cash, and then they can take the Corvette away, because that sum of cash is what I'm going to use to actually fix my truck. Which is why I know that the fuel pump went out on the Corvette, because I went to start it up the other day to bring it out and wash the dust off of it and get some new photos taken of it so I can get it back up for sale. But no, that thing's got to be broken too. Everything around here is broken.
Especially your spirit.
What's that?
I said, especially your spirit.
Yeah, well, yes. It's kind of what was running me into the ground last week. So it was just a lot of things that were coming to get me all at the same time. Plus, I don't think that I would get into a car that's that old and take off that far away. That car's been around almost as long as I have.
Okay, well, as a stopgate solution, I've got a battery that I think is probably still got a couple of weeks of power left in it, you know? Give it a little test and see if it at least allows us to save BIOS settings, and I don't know.
And he said, welcome to my world, sir. Every day is like that for me. Yeah, I got some issues with the house. There's some things that are breaking on the house. And then I don't know if it was like my mailman or the UPS guy, but they somebody broke one of the front edges of my deck out front, my front porch. They broke that off. So I had to fix that. And what year is the vet? It is a 1976 Corvette Stingray. Last of the classic Stingrays until they just it was the last of the Stingrays until they decided to do it again in 2014. But just like the old Harley Davidsons, it ran when I parked it. Yeah, well, in fairness, I don't think I've driven that thing in over a year. So
We didn't talk about the big achievement I had from yesterday.
what's that?
We didn't talk about my big achievement from yesterday.
Your big achievement?
Oh, this battery's flat too. I had 5,000 subscribers yesterday.
Yeah.
So, yay for us.
This is the point where everybody goes, "Congratulations, James! That's amazing." It's all downhill from there.
It's funny because
I had 5,000 subscribers once. In fact, I had 5,500.
You've
been dropping off ever since.
You're on your way back up again, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Hobby Howie FPV, subscribed just right before the stream started, and Kurt Buttram subscribed about 3 hours ago. JD Kayaks subscribed 2 days ago. Printer Mods UK subscribed 2 days ago. Oh, Dusty Rhodes subscribed. Wonder if that's the wrestler Dusty Rhodes. There's Mark. I was missing Mark. I missed the mark. Builder's Mark throwing down $10. So anyone seeing the 3D printing stream I can sponsor? Hope you're doing well. Well, we're doing better now that you're here, Mark. It's just never the same without you. We've gone a whole stream with no tickers. 3D Medic Vince also sliding in the final half hour.
Okay, so it looks like.
Oh, Tom Lama said he's off to finish making dinner. He's out. Tony, I'm sorry for laughing at that, Tony, but that was pretty funny. Tony said, my truck got ransacked this past Monday morning. They didn't steal any of his stash of Taco Bell napkins, thank goodness. I am sorry to hear that your truck was ransacked. Scum like that makes me so angry.
Well, I've got the screen almost apart now.
About time. Sergio asked, if IRF is a go this year, will I be going? It's going to depend on financing and transportation. But most likely, yes. For those of you who don't know, I am now fully vaccinated. I have my superpowers and my 5Gs built all in. So I am health-wise able to go out in public. I just still choose not to. My agoraphobia has definitely gotten worse over the last year. It is amazing to me. But, you know, they say the first step in recovering from a problem is admitting you have a problem. And I know I definitely have a social anxiety and agoraphobia problem. So, but I am definitely going to try to go to IRF. Uncle Ron is trying to talk me into going to Murph. He's trying to talk me into flying into New York and then riding with him from New York over to Goshen, because it's a pain to fly into Goshen. Need some Maker's Mark to hit the mark. You need to print a multipass. But I don't know if I would make Murph this year, but IRF is definitely more likely, and absolutely 100% positively I will be at Orlando Maker Faire in November. I'm so excited because they announced, I was going to say they announced that it will be taking place live and in person this year. And I want to say it's like November 21st. The internet will tell me here just momentarily. But I'm very excited. I don't know if I'm going to be exhibiting this year. I think I might just go as a spectator and hang out with my friends, the Andrews from 3D Gloop, because they will be there. No, it's November 13th and 14th in Orlando.
For what it's
Mitch
worth,
said whether or not we have battle bots there, I'll try to fly out just to see you. That'd be awesome, Mitch.
for what it is worth, I will not be at anything
What's
this
that?
year. I said, for what it's worth, I will not be at any of them for this year.
Oh, they won't let you cross the border yet, will they?
No, and like my situation with.
Well, yeah, I know that you have other reasons, but like,
Man, that's a complicated screen.
Tony said James is so careful in his disassembly of old laptops. My method usually involves a hammer or dropping on a concrete floor. I tried to suggest that early on, and he didn't go for that. So, yeah, I won't. If I do make it to Earth this year, I 99% won't be exhibiting there either. Really, because I have nothing new to show.
I need a safe place to put this screen. I don't believe that exists in my house.
On the floor, right behind the wheel of your chair is a good spot.
Okay.
Yeah, so just for anybody that might be interested in coming to Orlando for Orlando Maker Faire, the 13th and 14th, farts will be taking place the night of the 13th. Holy crap! Speaking of farts, Sergio throwing down $49.99 US dollarinos.
Geez, that's my mortgage in Canadian dollars.
No doubt. Thank you, brother. That is greatly, greatly appreciated. I don't know if I have a Sergio banner. Earth transportation money. Oh yeah, I do. Bam! Pushing Mark out. Greatly appreciated. Well, greatly appreciated to both of you. Tony said I get my second shot on Monday after I take my cat to the ET for his shot. Sir, I hope I don't get the appointments mixed up. No, no doubt. You don't want your cat to get the superpowers. But yeah, what I was saying is the night of the 13th will be Farts, which is the Florida Area Rep Rap Talking Supper. Florida Area Rep Rap Talking Supper. Yep. That takes place after Orlando Maker Faire on Saturday. We usually do it at the Golden Corral. I'm not really sure what this year is going to look like. I don't really know. I haven't been into a Golden Corral in over a year. But just remember that you go for the farts and you leave with the poops. Oh, Golden Corral. See, me and Golden Corral, we have a love-hate relationship too. So,
Okay, I think all things being equal.
yeah, except for now you have to poke each of those wires out of those connectors because the connectors are too big to go through the hole.
You know what? I probably wouldn't even be surprised at this point.
Let me tell you what, Mark. It was the first year we ever did a farts, and we had left out of Golden Corral. And we were driving back to the hotel, and I just started bawling laughing in the car, and it was myself and my wife and the two boys, and they're like, "What?" And I couldn't even speak because I was laughing so hard, and they're like, "What?" And I said, "The Golden Corral. You go for the farts, and you leave with the." Oh, it was wonderful. So that's now the slogan of farts. I wanted to turn farts into a legitimate rep show, but everybody kept telling me I had to name it something else. So then I said, "Oh, I'm not doing it then." Oh, look, Windows wants to update. Should I restart now?
I believe the answer is yes.
Oh. Yeah, so Uncle Ron was trying to figure out if he was going to go to Murph, and he's like, "Oh, it's a 12-hour drive." And I said, "Yeah." I said I couldn't drive up, and it would be, just me coming. And then he said, "Well, you could just fly into New York and then just ride with me." And it's like, all right, 2-hour flight, 12-hour drive versus a 17-hour drive. That's not too bad. Because to fly into Goshen, you really have to fly into Chicago, and then it's like a 2.5-hour drive anyway. So I don't think their PR would see it the same way. No, I think they're well aware of what their food does to your body. It's so processed, and I'm sure there's a lot more people that are guilty of it than just me. But if I go to an all-you-can-eat place, I feel like I have to literally eat all I can. Like if I'm not hurting when I leave, I don't feel like I got my money's worth. And the kids love going there because the deal when we go there is as long as they eat a little something of normal food, then they can have all the dessert they want, and they take advantage of that. So, but no, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm beginning to side with Tony Ryan that I'm not going to be able to get this thing put back together.
Oh, you'll be fine. You have the manual.
I haven't kept track of which screws go where, and I'm just beginning to realize that this is a time where they didn't try to limit the number of different sizes they put in. So I've seen different threads, different lengths. Can I at least lift this out of here now?
Is that the drive? Is that the drive cage?
Yeah. I've been trying to get it out so I can take a look at the hard drive that's in it. There we go. Okay, so confirmed that there is no memory slots.
Bummer.
Okay. It's more or less what I was expecting.
So does it look like it was optioned to have 2 3.5-inch floppies or one in a hard drive?
Yeah.
And that's why the side of the case looked like that?
Yep, that's 100% what it looks like. I don't know what this... There's like a spring-loaded thing here. I don't know what it's for.
We can't see it.
Sorry. Right here.
Huh. What is that, the hard drive side?
It is. Wonder if it's for detecting if it's parked or not.
Is it possibly just a rod that goes through to detect when the screen is down? Maybe that pushes a button on the board?
Well, no, because here's the weird thing. It's normally down. So this is how it's mounted like this. And it's spring-loaded to go down.
Huh. But there's nothing on the board underneath it? Is it only mechanical or is it also electrical?
It looks like there's an opto sensor that it would sit in. But I don't know what would pull it up.
Maybe it's to detect if it's flipped upside down.
Could be. Well, pretty powerful magnet, but...
Tony said, I can hear a printer working on something. I don't know what you're talking about. Here, let me share this video that... if it's going to play anymore. I was going to share. Oh, there it is. Kind of. Maybe. Doesn't seem to be working. Oh, well.
Well, I've reseeded the hard drive connectors and stuff because the hard drive does spin up. It just doesn't run. So I'm wondering if maybe it just needed to be reseated. So I might quickly, not do a full reassembly, but get the screen out here on top of a piece of plastic or something and see if I can start it back up and see if the drive detects.
And he wants to know what the end game for that machine is going to be.
It's just for playing like era specific games. I've got plenty of DOS box setups and stuff too. But
It was because it was 99 cents.
legitimately, it wasn't something like I went looking for old computers and it popped up in my eBay search, and I was like, "Well, for 99 cents, that's a pretty interesting piece of tech to have." So, I wonder if that's supposed to be like the hard drive removal chassis intrusion type thing.
How to turn used laptops into doorstops in 25 easy steps.
I don't think any of these steps were easy.
Let me show you how to turn this into a doorstop in just 2 easy hours. But yes, Tony, I am printing. I'm hoping to shoot a video about what I'm printing this week. Because, I don't know, people keep telling me I need to release content. Content, is that the right word?
Are you content to release content?
Content. I don't know. Something about to have a YouTube channel, you got to make videos.
Well, you know what they say, video killed the radio star.
Video killed the radio star.
In my mind, and in my
I'm thinking about switching over to Twitch. Now that Twitch is has made it publicly known that it's okay to stream from a hot tub or a pool.
Are you allowed to stream from a hot tub that's part of a pool?
I suppose as long as your attire is still how did they put it? Like approved. I don't know. If you really want to release content, eat at Golden Corral. Oh yeah, you'll release content for days. Hello, Carl. How is Walter? I don't know. He did post to the Twitters yesterday.
I chatted with him ever so
help
briefly.
For somebody to turn his design into a cookie cutter, but other than that, I'd much rather watch from Twitch. Well, oddly enough, Mitch, because of the way StreamYard works, we can dual broadcast. I mean, we can broadcast to Facebook. I've just never done it. I just never felt that Twitch was really the place for us because it's not really what it was made for. It's made for them young whippersnappers like Xander. Twitch.tv/peglegpaul with an underscore. Don't spell out the word underscore though. That's some some spoof account. You Facebook, no. No. The only thing I use Facebook for now is Marketplace, and that still makes me want to punch myself in the face.
Okay, well, here comes the regret train because I'm going to put power to it just to see what happens.
Oh, is this where this magic smoke comes out?
I hope not because I haven't done anything and nothing's like the only thing that's sitting against this is plastic, but you never know. I'm assuming this will run without its screen.
underscore.
So the hard drive definitely spins up. Curious.
Can you not get that hard drive out of that cage?
So I can, but it's going to end up being kind of a pointless endeavor because it's not a standard format of connection.
Oh, really? It's not an IDE drive?
No, it's here. I don't know if you can see how small that connector is.
Holy cow.
It's let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's 26 pins.
All
Standard
right.
floppy drive is 34, so it's even smaller than a standard floppy drive. Oh, you know what? Maybe the hard drive isn't spinning up. Maybe what I thought was the hard drive spinning up was something else.
All right. So according to Vintage Computer Forums, "26-pin IDC connector, Type 3. Let's see if anybody's got an answer for this. Almost certainly a proprietary plug for some special drive.
There's room for an expansion card on the back here somewhere too, but all proprietary stuff. I think the next one they went more standardized with stuff.
Mark is asking what brand is it? Are we talking about the laptop or the hard drive? 99 cents worth of parts.
I mean, it works off the floppy drive and the zip drive I've been
I'd
using.
be shocked if it wasn't a Toshiba hard drive.
Well, I'm wondering. Let me see if I can get the. Because I think I can disconnect the floppy cable here, as long as it doesn't come apart. And then I can just lift this out of here. Then,
Not to sidestep, but that connection on the side that you thought might be a PS2, how many pins does that have?
it looks like an S video port. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, this picture, there's a picture here of a 9-pin, 3 top, 4 middle, 2 bottom, and it's a RS-232C.
Okay, well, I think I can remove the hard drive now, at least, and we can take a look at that. I know we got to end shortly. But,
Dude, this is like when they opened, when Geraldo opened Al Capone's vault.
I don't know anything about that.
Do you know who Al Capone is?
Yeah, mobster.
Mm-hmm. So way back in the 80s, do you know who Geraldo Rivera is?
Yeah, he was a talk show host type guy, right?
Well, he was a reporter and a talk show host, and now he's on like Fox News or something. But yeah, he had a TV special where they thought they found Al Capone's vault, and they broke into it, and it was just nothing. It was just an empty hole in the wall.
Probably got lots of views though. Okay, so the hard drive is in its own proprietary cage on top of the other cage. So I'm just gonna quickly remove that as well. I don't like honestly the hard drive. If I can't get it to spin up, I'm not gonna bother putting it back in. I'm just gonna leave that slot empty.
Well, yeah, if it doesn't work,
It's just one more thing to catch on fire. I bought an electric screwdriver. I don't know if I told this story already.
yeah, 2 weeks ago.
I don't know. Guess we're all just repeating ourselves these days.
So there is a 26-pin micro floppy disk connector.
Well,
which
I think this also uses a 26-pin for the floppy.
Well, I'm wondering if it, being that thing is a dual cage.
No, there is another connector for another floppy drive on top of the hard drive connector.
Oh, there is another connector there.
Yeah, so it's not like they're interchangeable. I wonder if this person just connected it to the wrong one. Maybe it's. I'd have to look up the full board schematics, I guess. Ugh.
Carl said that was a sad day for him. Yeah, I think it was a sad day for everybody. Everybody was so excited to see what was in the vault, and then it turned out to be nothing.
Okay, so not to be weird, this thing smells like BO.
Well, that is definitely weird.
Like, because I'm like pulling apart the cage, and as I'm like moving, oh, you know what? There's anti-vibration rubber pads on this thing too, and they're like, I think a little past their sell-by date.
Yeah, see, I'm wondering if that's not some kind of a scuzzy or.
No, it's probably a spin-off of MDM or wait, that's MDF? No, MF. Drawing a blank on the.
I think it's MDM.
Multi-disc management stuff. Okay, it's a Sanyo or JVC drive.
Oh, it is JVC.
Yep.
The JVC 26. Oh, connection's not private. I don't care. Show it to me. I'll take an unsafe website. The JVC 26-pin hard disk interface. The JVC approached these issues by developing a hard disk in the same 3.5-inch form factor being used by floppy drives and a custom 26-pin connection back to the disk controller. Based on what I've found online, this series of drives was used in a number of portable systems, including Epson, Grid, Sharp, Toshiba, Victor, Wang.
So if I power it up and I'm holding it separately now so I can hear it, I can hear it trying to spin, but just.
So the bearings are shot, or it's dragging the head on the disc.
Or it's dragging the head.
Well, hop onto Amazon and order a new one. I'm sure they have a ton of them available. Well, for anybody that's interested, I'm going to share this link into the chat. Be forewarned that your browser may tell you that it's unsafe because it's not a secured site, but it's fine. Your mileage may vary. But yeah, that's, I mean, there's a lot of information that I didn't read, but that is pretty interesting.
Well, at the very least, I removed a hard drive that's pooched. It's too bad that it's not a more standard connection because at the very least, I could then go and look for a one of those compact flash to whatever adapters.
Tony Ryan said can't even use an SD card emulator because of the non-standard interface. I wonder though. I wonder if you looked up that pinout if there wasn't some way. Drive construction is also clearly designed for use in a portable system consisting of an outer housing with 4 rubber shock mounts, one on each corner of the drive unit inside. At first, I thought this might have been specific to my laptop, but it seems that drives in other systems were also constructed the same way, so I assume this was part of the JVC design. Yeah, the picture of the one that I'm looking at online looks exactly like yours. Right down to the defect sticker. Is that what that sticker says? Defect? Or does it say detect?
It says defect. DEFECT.
And does it say none? Like in the middle of the...
Nope.
Oh, the one I'm looking at says none.
Oh.
Yours had a defect. But you figure back then when they made hard drives, they expected a certain number of bad sectors.
Because it wasn't a great format or a great production facility set up yet.
Right.
I mean, the board and everything looks nice and clean on the inside. At least that's something.
Well, thanks for being here, Tony. Appreciate it. We're about done anyway. We're now 6 minutes over.
Yeah.
We don't get to watch the... that site that I posted in there actually has the pinout for that.
Does it?
Yep. Ground read, ground right, ground reserved, select, ship ready, ground, right gate, motor on, head 1, direction in, step, right fault, seat complete, servo gate, index, track 0, ready, ground 5 volt, ground 5 volt, ground 12 volt. Most of them pins are ground. It'd be interesting though to compare that pinout to a standard IDE pinout.
The other thing is that the utility for setting up the BIOS only has options for 2 hard drives.
Oh, that's pretty funny. That's probably all they had back then.
Well, for this one, for sure.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
I can buy a second floppy drive for $66 US.
Oh yeah, well that's so super important. When one floppy is just not enough, you got to have 2.
JD3824R00-1. I just see if there's another hard drive for sale on eBay, but there's not.
Well, I can't imagine that there's going to be too many of them out there that are any good anymore anyway.
Here's one for sale that's untested. Which probably means toast. And it's also $100.
Yeah, for a 99-cent laptop.
Yeah, I'm not going to put that much money or effort into it.
Yeah, put it back together and continue playing games the way you were. Oh, just tear that right off of there. Why don't you?
It's Velcro. Not kidding.
Is that like a AA battery holder?
It's a UM3X1, which is probably a 3-volt battery. No. It says AA battery holder. Is it possible this thing only needs 1.5 volts for the system battery?
I suppose that's possible.
Okay, well, we should probably wrap things up.
Yes, we should. You got anything you want to plug?
I have a new video coming out this week.
Oh, of course you do. You have 5,000 subscribers now.
And it's not even a 5,000 subscriber video.
Now you got to make sure the subscribers stick before you do that.
That's sage advice. You learn.
I did a 5,000 subscriber giveaway, and then shortly after, I didn't have 5,000 subscribers anymore.
You did a 5,000 subscriber giveaway one time, and you liked it so much you're planning to do another one.
Yeah. That was like what 2.5, almost 3 years ago. So, but well, if all goes according to plan with my print that I'm printing right now, I too will be producing a video sometime this week, and I will release that as soon as I can. I wish that I could give you updates on Fun King Garage, but a couple of things have changed. I've just decided I'm not doing it. No, I'm kidding. We've kind of changed the format a little bit to make it easier. So we've got some new equipment coming in for that, which will be fun. And then, of course, the project that we have slated, which is a commissioned project, is going to cost money up ahead, like in front. So that's going to hurt too. But we'll get there. Otherwise, I don't really got nothing. But shout out to Mark and Sergio for both laying down the Dollarinos. It is always appreciated and it always helps. Andy said, thank you so much for the great show again, sir. These live streams really help me, so thank you.
I want to give a shout out to everybody that helped, especially David Randolph for going through the manual for me so I didn't have to.
Yes, absolutely. It's always helpful to have somebody do that for you. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys out there. And by you guys, I mean everybody, all inclusive. I want to thank you all for being there, not only for these streams, but also for me personally in life. Those of you who reached out to me over the last couple of weeks just to check on me, it is greatly appreciated. And I know the rest of you have been thinking about me. Just, you didn't want to bother me. I understand. No, but seriously, it's all good. We love each and every one of you, and we thank you guys for being here. And let's do it again really soon. Like
in the next couple of months for sure.
Like maybe a week or two from now. So we do love each and every one of you, and we do thank you guys for all being here. And until next time, as always,
print on.